there are a few other parts of the interface that by default aren't visible, that you need to know just at least generally about and how to get to them. The first and probably the most important is the content browser. The content browser is where you're going to get any asset that you'd like to place in your level that was created from an outside source. Now when I say that, if you're completely new to the world of game design, you might not know what I mean, but to help illustrate, let me just open up the content browser. There's two places we can do it from. One is here inside the main toolbar. There's an Open Content Browser button. You'll notice it's got the little tiny U logo for Unreal on it. Or we can go under View, Browser Windows, and choose Content Browser. Now, in a nutshell, the content browser is here to give us quick and easy searchable access to exterior assets. These are things like textures that we would have created in Photoshop, or 3D models that we would have created in 3ds Max or Maya or one of the many other 3D animation packages out there. Things like sound effects, things like particle systems, anything that we have to create through any kind of exterior means to place into our level can be accessed right here. And we'll talk specifically about the content browser and how it works, how you can navigate it in future videos as we move forward. Now this window that contains the content browser has several different tabs, and I don't want to go into all of these tabs right now, but I will mention one very important tab, and that's the Actor Classes browser. This gives you access to any object that is integrated into the Unreal Engine 3 game engine. Things like cameras, things like weapons, vehicles, ammunition, things that actually required some level of scripting to be integrated into the game can be placed right here. These are different than assets because they're not really the kind of thing that we would have created inside of, say, Max or Maya, though they may have a 3D model, they may have a texture associated with them, and in most cases they will. These are things that required some level of programming to integrate into UDK. And so we're going to access them through the Actor Classes browser. And this is something that we'll be using a lot as we get deeper into creating our own worlds, as we need specialized objects, such as maybe a weapon pickup, or a place to put a vehicle, or even specific kinds of lights. Alright, now that's everything that I want to cover in this very general walkthrough of the user interface. Of course, there are other parts of the UI that you will be getting in touch with. Just to mention a few, we have things like the Cascade Particle Editor, we have things like the Matinee Animation Editing System, we even have Kismet, which is a visual scripting system, but these are all things that you'll be introduced as you kind of move further along. Right now, I just want to focus on these basic primary parts of the user interface. So let's go ahead and move on from here and go into some specifics on each one of these parts, and you can learn more about these key elements as we go.